Well, let's take this across to our guests. We have Mr. Desh Ratan Nigam, lawyer, Kailash Adhikari, MD of Governance Now, Mr. IP Singh, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, as well as Mr. Nikhil Jain, who is a political analyst. Mr. Desh Ratan Nigam, coming to you first and foremost. All eyes now over the investigations that proceed with respect to the possible motivations of these three assailants.
Well, in fact, on yesterday I said so on TV channels that one of the most probable theory was that Atiq Ahmed and his brother were about to spill the beans about their political connections. And it appears that this is one of the probable theories which is going around. And also some of the social media posts which are showing photographs with one particular leader in UP. One of the shooters is already there. So these are very serious issues, and the cover has to be lifted, the veil has to be lifted, and you've got to see inside why this was done and as to who are the people behind it. These three shooters were quite young, cannot do something like that in isolation, saying that they were inspired to get fame and something like that. This is not believable. So therefore, the real culprit, I believe, is the one who used to run this organization underground, is the Guddu Muslim, which has been taken into custody. Probably he will reveal the connections, the political connections and the criminal political nexus which exists there. And certainly, you know, the UP government, the way they have constituted an independent judicial commission, the people who have been, questioned, so many people have been there. 2 Turkish revolvers or guns, whatever you may call it, have been recovered, which are quite expensive. And let me tell you, knowing UP police under Yogi government, they will reach to the bottom of this entire issue, this murder, and they will, unearth the real people who are behind and the conspiracy which has been there to eliminate 2 people. Yes, there are questions about the, the shortcomings in the police, the way they took him to the hospital. That has to be investigated, and people have been suspended out there, and that also should be taken to logical conclusion. There are probably procedures to do it, whether there was a violation or not. Yes, I believe the police could not shoot them because there were many journalists out there. A lot of journalists could have died. And realizing it, imagine the kind of planning which has been done is they disguise themselves as media men and reporters because policemen and the administration trust media.
Sir, I'd like to interrupt you there because on a matter of fact, when you said that Guddu Muslim has been detained by the cops, I would like to bring my colleague Priyanktripathi in on that. Priyank, there were reports earlier in the day that Guddu Muslim has been detained, then those reports were denied. There is nothing official that has come from the police, even the press note. They haven't made any mention of him, and he becomes important because of the last words of Atiq last night. He was just about to say the crucial question is Guddu Muslim when he was shot at point blank range. Can you tell us anything more about what we know about Guddu Muslim's whereabouts right now?
So, Priya, I couldn't, listen to the last part of your question. Can you please repeat that?
Can you tell us about Guddu Muslim's whereabouts right now? What does police know about that?
About whom?
Guddu Muslim.
Priya, there's no information about Guddu Muslim, but very important thing is that when Atiq and his brother was about to talk about Guddu Muslim, he was shot dead. So certainly Guddu Muslim is another key person who can also reveal about the modus operandi. But Guddu Muslim was only a henchman of Atiq and his brother, Ashraf, the main persons who were behind the larger nexus, because we are talking about a 5-time MLA, we are talking about a person who had more than 100 cases. We are talking about a person, Atiq Ahmed, whose brother also had 57 cases against him. So they were the ones who were the kingpins of this particular operation. See, the deployment is increasing. You can see the senior officials are coming here. The body has been handed over to the family members, and in any time soon, the bodies of both the gangster brothers will be brought.
Those developments happen, but Mr. IP Singh, it is interesting that Priyank there mentioned the long list of crimes against these 2 criminals, but Ram Gopal Yadav of Samajwadi Party today came out and said media has made a gangster out of Atiq. बड़े-बड़े लोगों के साथ ऐसी-ऐसी चीजें तो होती ही रहती हैं.
सवाल ये है कि आज उत्तर प्रदेश में जंगल राज है, उत्तर प्रदेश में गुंडा राज है। आज उत्तर प्रदेश में एक बार भी मैं मीडिया को ये देख रहा हूं कि
सर उत्तर प्रदेश में सब राज है। आप मुझे ये बताइए, क्या अतीक अहमद माफिया था कि नहीं था? क्या मीडिया ने उसको माफिया बना दिया?
आप एक मिनट मेरी बात पूरी हो जाने दीजिए, फिर बताइए। आप जो कहेंगे हम सुनने के लिए तैयार बैठे हैं, क्योंकि जो बात बीजेपी कहेगी वही बात आपको बोलना है।
सर बिल्कुल भी नहीं सर, मैंने तो रामगोपाल यादव को कोट किया, वो तो आपकी पार्टी के नेता हैं। मैंने बीजेपी के लिए कुछ बोला ही नहीं।
अगर कोई बात उन्होंने कहा तो उत्तर प्रदेश में आज 7 मर्डर हुए हैं, 4 बांदा जिले में हुए हैं, 3 मर्डर ब्रूटल मर्डर हमारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट आजमगढ़ में हुए।
103 केसेस हैं अतीक अहमद के खिलाफ।
उत्तर प्रदेश में न्याय का राज समाप्त हो गया है।
सर 103 केसेस, एमएलए का टिकट, एमपी का टिकट, और फिर आप कह रहे हैं कि बड़े बड़े लोगों के साथ ऐसी चीजें तो होती रहती हैं।
देखिए, आप अपना परसेप्शन बना सकती हैं, लेकिन
अरे सर परसेप्शन कैसे? परसेप्शन तो आप बना रहे हैं, परसेप्शन तो रामगोपाल यादव जी बना रहे हैं।
अरे भाई, 2 बातें याद रखिए, 2 बातें बड़ी खास हैं कि अतीक अहमद एक जिले का माफिया था, दूसरी तरफ 3 राज्यों के राज्यपाल श्री सतपाल मलिक, जिन्होंने बहुत साफ तौर से बताया कि पुलवामा में क्या हुआ और देश की मीडिया के लिए कौन सा मुद्दा सबसे अहम है।
सर चलिए, कम से कम आपने इतना तो माना कि रामगोपाल यादव की तरह आप ये तो नहीं मानते कि मीडिया ने उन्हें माफिया बनाया। यही बड़ी बात है कि आपने
माफिया को लेकर,
मीडिया ने तो उनको माफिया नहीं बनाया। जब अतीक को कन्विक्ट किया गया था किडनैपिंग के केस में, तभी कोर्ट ने साफ तौर से यही कहा कि क्योंकि वो पॉलिटिकली इन्फ्लुएंशियल थे, उनके खिलाफ 17 महीने तक एफआईआर दर्ज नहीं हो पाई। तब सब जानते हैं वो किस पार्टी के हिस्सा थे। Let me in fact go across to Mr. Kailash Adhikari as well, MD of Governance now. Mr. Adhikari, we've also seen certain strong reactions come from within the UP government, including ministers from the Yogi dispensation saying that heavenly justice has been dispensed to Atiq Ahmed. How would you respond to these kind of remarks justifying the assassination?
See, I'd like to make it very clear that the 2 people who have been killed, firstly, they don't have a very saintly track record. Now, whether this is justified or not, that's a different question. But because we know the kind of cases that were registered against them, and they were open mafias. I mean, let's not try to hide the elephant in the room. They were mafias. Now, in that case, naturally, they would have built so many enemies in their lifetime. So it is not a surprise that any inter-gang rivalry could be in operation, or any enmity would have come out in doing this. As far as the governance aspect is concerned, for the police to swing into action, I believe that the clean and the pristine track record of Honorable Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's government has already taken into action. That a 3-member judicial committee has already been set. The security has been beefed up across the state. Now the Honorable Court has given the judicial custody. So the police will naturally get into the crux of this particular matter. But I don't understand one thing, and I'll end by saying that why is the opposition party having so much sympathy for a gangster? I mean, what are their real motives? That why are they having so much empathy for a gangster?
तो भाई, जेलों में जितने लोग हैं निकालिए, उन अपराधियों को गोली मार दीजिए। यही बात तो कह रहे हैं कि तालिबानी बीजेपी हुकूमत है देश में। निकालिए ये जो हजारों जेल हैं देश के अंदर, अपराधियों को निकालिए और गोली मार दीजिए। जुडिशियल जो
किसी ने नहीं कहा, आईपी साहब, मैंने ये नहीं कहा कि उनको गोली मार दीजिए, लेकिन आप
उसको डिस्ट्रॉय कर दीजिए। यही बात तो
मेरा सवाल उसके ऊपर है।
बीजेपी की हुकूमत तालिबानी हुकूमत है।
अरे आईपी सिंह जी,
राज समाप्त हो गया है।
आईपी सिंह जी, क्या आप
न्यायिक व्यवस्था की जरूरत क्या है? यही बात तो हम कह रहे हैं।
नहीं सर, आप ये बात नहीं कह रहे हैं। वही तो दिक्कत है कि nobody can and nobody is justifying extra judicial killings or fake encounters, but आप evidence तो लाइए।
This kind of assassination, I told in the very beginning that I am not subscribing to this kind of assassination. But the history of Mr. Atiq Ahmed and his brother, what makes the opposition...
No, but be that as it may, Nikhil Jain, can the UP police and the UP dispensation deny that it is a major blot on their performance if a man whose threat to life has been flagged by none other than the ADG Law and Order just a few days ago, saying that there was a plan to ambush a security convoy, when he is in police custody, he gets shot down along with his brother by shooters who seem to be firing with impunity?
Is that question to me?
Yes,
That
Mr.
is the
Jain.
point, Mr. Bahal, that in UP there is nothing called as a rule of law. Obviously, nobody is going to defend the allegations that were against Mr. Ahmed, and I certainly am not going to be one of them. Whether he is a criminal or not, that is for the court to decide, and I think...
Okay, sorry, I'll have to interrupt you, but we are getting first details emerging of the post-mortem report that has been conducted on Atiq Ahmed. Atiq has 4 bullet entry wounds. Now, we told you yesterday it was visible on the cameras where there was one gun pointed to his head. The details later emerged that he was also shot from the back. Now,